Guys, it's Samantha again here on Embracing the Divine Feminine, and I have been wanting to get back in here all week. So this week we were talking about judgments, and that's a big deal. That, like I said, there was judgments were the first thing that I started working on, and I couldn't believe how much I was judging, not in a bad way, just I couldn't believe how much it didn't matter what it was. But over the week, I watched myself too, to see if there are things that I was still judging. Okay. There was one that was this car. I don't know why it has to do with cars so much with me, but I saw this truck and it was the color of that construction yellow. And maybe it was for a construction zone or something, but I saw a lady driving it. And, I had to have an instant judgment. Like, why would anyone want that color of car? Why would they buy that? It's none of my business. And I'm not even sure why I had a judgment on that. It's kind of funny when you think about it. But of course, some judgments are more serious than others. But some of the judgments that we do have are concepts that help us survive in the world, right? So good, bad, light, dark. We really form opinions based on judgment, and a lot has to do with our beliefs from how we were raised, okay? So, like I say, identification. So say we meet somebody at first, right? We always have judgments, and I'm not saying that they're bad, right? We might think, say we meet somebody at first and they're kind of standoffish. And so we might have a judgment about that. Maybe they're just shy, and you get to know them later, your judgments can change about that, right? That's understood. So not all judgments are bad, but what I'm pointing out here, and the one thing that I truly worked on first, were the negative judgments, okay? And a lot of that came from, like I said, beliefs, family history, whatever you've been hearing your whole life. Like I said, my ex was always judging people and saying things under his breath. And honestly, I didn't know any different because it seemed like everyone I knew was doing the same thing. But I didn't want to be that way. I want to accept people the way they are, and I always see the divine spark in them. And I know that everybody's just a soul trying to figure it out just like we are, okay? So when we're working on ourselves, that's what we are trying to do, and we're starting with judgments. So I would ask that moving forward, you continue to pay attention to your judgments and bring it to a neutral space if you can. Because, like I say, everyone is here just to figure out and grow their soul spiritually. Whatever our triggers are, whatever those buried emotions we have within us are from the past. And so we are clearly trying to move forward to ascend and clear all of these things that we have within us, these blocks, and judgments is a big one. So that was really what I wanted to talk about today. The biggest thing is they're identifiers for us on whether we feel safe or not, too. Some of this comes from fear of the unknown, and sometimes it is safe to have judgments. Okay, yeah, that's not safe. Oh, that's not safe to put electricity by water. We know that, right? So there are certain judgments that we're going to have that help keep us alive. It's okay. But the other ones we're working on, and you truly know that as well as I do, is how we treat other people. Because if you reflect on our judgments as well, it will tell us a lot about ourselves. How are we judging ourselves? That's truly where we should look when we begin judging. What is this saying about me? Is this a fear I have? Is this a past belief that I learned from family? It's okay to accept that and forgive it and allow it to go and understand that we're all here trying to figure it out. And if we can help somebody in some way, it would be okay to bring this up and to discuss it with people. It kind of depends on what the judgment is on how you want to go about that. But it's always good to come at it from a place of love. Okay? That is my biggest thing I would want to point out to anyone. If you're having conversations with family, friends, or somebody throws a judgment out there, it's not like you have to get, angry necessarily about it. But I guess it depends on if you want to open that can of worms or that line of conversation, I guess. So anyway, like I say, this was one of the biggest things I worked on first. It's a continual thing, as you can see. It's funny because I'm going to go see my dad tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. Like, he's a wonderful, wonderful man, and such a sweet, kind person. And so I really look forward to that. But, he's very kind of shy and stays to himself. And it could be because of a lot of judgments in the world and whatever he has found throughout his life. So anyway, what I would love for you guys to do is comment below. Were you able to, do this exercise with me over the week? I'm hoping so. These are really good. I'll keep coming on here, and I get here when I can. I want you to know that I do have another job, which is getting very busy, which is a good thing. It is my favorite part-time, or no, what is that? Patty always says it's the best part-time job ever, which I'm looking for my full-time job in spirituality. But real estate, I have worked in it for a long time, like 20 years. So it's something I do. And when I have clients that come up, it kind of gets in my way of posting, depending on how busy I am. And I've been a little bit busy. But don't think I'm not thinking of you, because I always am trying to get in here. I do have good things coming with music. And I do have something special I'm working on behind the scenes, but it does take a lot of writing and a lot of thought, so it does take me longer when I'm a little busier. So anyway, I hope you guys are joining me with this, and I hope to hear from some of you. If not, I'm still going to keep coming in here. Next week, we're going to be talking about expectations. So anyway, I can't wait to see you.